O'clock and time for another What Does This Button Do show with Jim and Chris, the Geeks on Tour. This is episode number 52, and it's an educational show about smartphones and tablets. With the Geeks on Tour. How's that work? We do invite you to become a member at geeksontour.com. Just go to our website and click the Join Now, become a member. Hi, I'm Jim, together here with my wife, Chris. We're Geeks on Tour. Do you think your smartphone is smarter than you? Do you have questions about your Android phone or your iPad tablet? And how do you learn about these amazing devices?
Well, we're geeks who teach, and we think the best way to learn is in bite-sized pieces on a regular basis. So that's why we came up with this weekly show. Our website is geeksontour.com, and we have prepared videos on that site.
Oh, and where are we now, Chris?
We are in Raleigh, North Carolina, at the home of our friend Martin Brosman. And you will see he is another geek.
So we can blame this whole problem on him, right?
I think it's singularity is really alive. That's mine. So we'll talk about it.
But we're in Raleigh, North Carolina. We just did a seminar for the Potomac area Technology and Computer Society.
Cool.
And that was a lot of fun. We did a Picasa and Google Photos seminar for them up there. But right now we're down here. It's cool with Martin. And thanks for...
Oh, it's great. It's just so exciting to have you in the studio today. This is
cool
just
stuff.
terrific. Yeah.
You can tell he's not only a fellow geek, but a fellow happy geek.
Yeah, that's it. And a fan of you all too.
Stuff.
I love you're living the American dream. I just want to help it.
We're doing
grow.
something. I'm not sure what it is. Okay, so what's that doing? That's not going anywhere. Today we have a great show, we hope, after a
rocky start.
We'll have a quick tip about using Google Maps for public transit. Our beginner's lesson this week is introducing you to a new device, and you might be able to see it here in front. It is the Amazon Echo, and we have two of them here. And it's called Alexa, and it's how she adds to the artificial intelligence we already know about our smartphones. Our app of the week will be Spot Cycle and Spot Hero. If you have questions, ask them in the comments. We may be able to find them during the show and answer them. We will answer them during the week. The show is recorded on YouTube and on the Geeks on Tour channel. You can always find the links at geeksontour.com/weekly show. And
okay, a quick tip. We were just in Washington, D.C., and as you probably know, we use Google Maps to navigate everywhere. And we used it for navigating on the buses and trains in Washington, D.C. And I just thought, gee, that would be a good quick tip because a lot of people might not know that you can do that. So I'm going to switch over here and show you a phone screen. Okay. And this happens to be an iPhone, but it has Google Maps on there. And I just want to show you how we are in, where are we?
Raleigh, North Carolina, the capital of the state.
And Martin tells me that there is a mall nearby. Now, if I didn't have a car, I might want to see if there's transportation. So I asked Google Maps to give me directions to Crabtree Mall. But now, have you ever noticed that in addition to the car, normally it's on car, and that will give me directions, assuming I'm driving a car. And but I also have the choice. Come on, technology. Cooperate. It says that you can't drive via car. Okay, I think maybe but you also have public transportation or walking or bicycling. And it really does work pretty well.
When you have a good internet connection, it works.
It's not right now.
great.
Well, I wonder, you're on Wi-Fi. What if we just got off the Wi-Fi and let it get, I don't know, there's not a whole lot of T-Mobile around here, but it might still be
Yeah, we
better
should
than
get
that.
there.
There
we
we
Great.
go. Okay. So via a car, it says it's going to take 8 minutes. Via public transportation, it's going to take 45. But so it tells us that we do have to walk a ways first, but it will tell us exactly how to walk. And then we have to take a bus. But if we wanted to get Uber, look at that. That's new,
That
I
is
think.
new.
If we want to take Uber, we can tap right there and it'll take 7 minutes.
And we may even know the driver.
That's right. You might.
That's
we had
right. We
let's see.
met an Uber driver this morning. One other just little tip with the iPhone, and we gave this tip once a long time ago, but if you ask Siri to give you navigation, she's going to open up Apple Maps. So this is just a tiny little trick also, that if you want to use Siri, but you want the answer given by Google Maps, you can ask for directions via transit. Navigate to, what was the name of the mall?
Crabtree Valley Mall.
Crabtree. I'm going to have to start that over. Navigate to Crabtree Valley Mall via transit.
Which Crabtree Valley Mall? Tap the one you want.
Those are stores in Crabtree, so just the first would do it.
Getting transit directions to Crabtree Valley Mall.
So via transit is the key to that, right?
Via transit.
Okay.
And that forces Siri to not, since she cannot answer the question using Apple Maps, it forces her to give me whatever other choices there are, and there's Google Maps. So I think that's a pretty cool little trick.
That's
tip.
a great tip.
All right.
Okay.
So that is my tip. And now what? Now I want to switch back.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Okay.
But that also works for walking and bicycling.
Right.
And we have used them all.
Right.
Mhm.
We actually used the bicycling when we were in DC just this past week.
Mm-hmm.
We rented one of those bike.
Oh yeah,
What
they're
was-
everywhere. They're
and,
great.
Yeah, we just picked up a bike, put the credit card in there, and we rode over to Arlington. We went across on the.
Huh?
We went across the.
We'll have to
Memorial
find
Bridge.
out where. That's our next trip when I go visit my mother.
Oh yeah.
I was born and raised there. So
Right.
In
pretty-
DC, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Well, both my parents are buried in Arlington National Cemetery, so that we went over and had a visit. That was very nice.
So I want you to meet Martin Brosman, and he has several websites, but I guess the one I would remember is martinbrosman.com.
Yeah, that'll take you to them. And
And
Martin
then you can get
Brosman
that.
and Associates will get you to all. We'll get them on the link.
Okay.
And we'll put a link on that with the show notes.
Yes. So Martin, tell me about yourself.
Well, I'm a success coach that's been self-employed since I left IBM in 1995. And I have a real passion for helping small and micro businesses be highly successful. And a secondary passion was sales professionals, because they're like Olympic athletes. They'll do what it takes to win. And so I've been teaching since 2000. I joined LinkedIn in 2004, and I've been teaching statewide since 2006 how to use social media, social marketing, web tools for micro businesses across the state in helping towns, counties, communities building themselves up. And then on the other side, I have a show called Linking into Sales with Greg Heyer, and that's the sales division.
And what do you do in your
Wow.
spare time?
Right.
Yeah,
Well,
right.
on my spare time, we have a social media certificate program at NC State Technology Training
And
Solutions.
after the show, we're going to be picking Martin's brains
Yeah.
about how to do better with social media
Yeah.
ourselves.
Yeah.
And what else? Oh, and he also has enough communities
Yes.
in Google Plus to keep anybody else busy full
Quite
time.
busy.
Oh, and we might do a little Periscope session. That's what I
Yeah,
wanted
that's
to
right. We'll
say.
try out Periscope
Yeah.
together.
So if you haven't heard of Periscope, see if you can find what we're doing after the show.
Have you done any blab yet? Have you?
That's another thing I'm working towards to work with. Yeah, that's another.
This
And
is-
I
this is
read,
enough.
I read about a new one today too.
Yeah.
I forget the name of it.
Yeah.
but I put it down.
I think it was forget the name of it.
Yeah.
I think that was it.
But
You
it's
can
getting to
remember
be
it.
so ridiculously.
Yeah, well, you
all
need
over
a
the
team
place.
of people to keep up. That's
Yeah.
why our customers keep needing us.
Okay.
Martin isn't the only guest we have here with us today. We also have these devices. So Alexa, tell me about yourself.
Or not.
Alexa, tell me about yourself.
I'm an Amazon Echo, designed around your voice. I can provide information, music, news, weather, and more.
Wow.
That's pretty impressive. I
Yes.
wonder if it knew it was my Amazon Echo. I wasn't listening to you.
Alexa, who is your owner?
I can't answer that, but I can tell you whose account I am connected to if you ask whose account is this?
Alexa, whose account is this?
This device has only one profile, Jim's.
Ah, it wanted him to speak.
So that's what, but notice, so this device is
Can I hold him up a little bit?
Attached, okay.
Stand there.
is attached to Jim's account,
Mhm.
but I could talk to it
Yes,
just fine.
just fine. Yeah.
Okay. Now, why is this one red? Or let's,
You want me to turn this one off, and we'll
Yeah.
turn that one on. Yeah. Alexa, what is the weather in Raleigh?
Right now in Raleigh, North Carolina, it's 74 degrees with partly sunny skies. Today's forecast has intermittent clouds with a high of 76 and a low of 50.
Excellent.
now people really aren't seeing that very
So
well.
we'll
Is
move
there
that up a little bit.
better?
Yeah, I think we can move it there. Excellent.
Okay.
And the key that would be my Alexa. It uses activation word Alexa. So if we don't mute one of them, they'll both be crazy. And if we say, Alexa, what time is it?
The time is 2:25.
Drive it nuts. So these are it. This is the Amazon Echo, which to me is a great model of soft AI utilizing a cloud-based computing, which means it hooks into the internet, and most of the computing's done over on Amazon through the internet. It's basically a smart Bluetooth speaker, and like you said, a very good Bluetooth speaker.
Yeah, it is just amazing.
So yes, our first slide here. What is Alexa? First of all, it is this device, this Pringles can size device that is really good speakers and microphones, and it is always listening for the activation word, which you've already heard. I don't want to say it now. It is also, but what else is it? It's access to information in your Amazon account. So you have to have an Amazon account, right?
That's right. You have to have an Amazon Prime account set up, and that is it's like $100 a year with all types of benefits.
Right.
You do have to have a Prime account? I wasn't sure of that.
We could double check that. I've always known it to be Prime. So
Yeah.
you good to
We've
find out.
always had a Prime
Yeah.
account, and that's the way we got our Amazon Echo first, because as a Prime member, they gave you the invitation first. We could buy these things at a discount and get them delivered before they were even available.
Which is what both of us did.
Right. Now, how many Echoes do you have?
I'm only going to admit to 2.
Okay.
Where's the second one?
The second one's in the bedroom. This is the one from, so we've got, this is, I got, when I first brought it in, my wife, I put it in the bedroom and she says, I want to move into a log cabin. That was the first word. And then a month later I was going, honey, what'd you say? As I was leaving, and she said, I'm talking to Alexa, not you. So for a birthday, we got one for the kitchen. And then the truth is I got a deal on an eBay thing that happened. So we actually have 3 of them in the house now. So that's the maximum of them, and use it all the time. Information. The fun thing is the one in the kitchen. My wife can put things on the shopping list, and then when I'm out, if I get to the store, I look it up, and that's pretty neat.
Right.
And so that's often I travel the most, so I'll pick up the groceries and so forth, and I've got my little shopping list there.
And we will show that
Mhm.
in just a minute. But for if people are interested, what do they need to have? What do they need to get?
Well, the first thing they have to do is they have to purchase the device. And this is the device. That is the Amazon Echo.
Now I notice a wire coming off of it. I thought it was all wireless.
Well, the internet connection is wireless, but it does need to be plugged into power. It does not have a battery.
Yeah, it is. It is right. It's dependent on being plugged in as well.
Right. And so you need an Amazon account. And then you need to set up your Echo information on the web or with a mobile device.
Okay.
Everything's
Nice.
configured off of that mobile device, which is now called Amazon Alexa. So this can get a little confusing for people.
Right. And the way I learned it was that the Echo is the device, Alexa is the part that lives in the cloud and is the actual brains, the actual artificial intelligence there. Okay.
So which one is on, Martin's or Jim's?
It doesn't matter to be on there, I don't think.
No, but if we want to add
Oh, yeah.
something to the
No.
shopping list,
We'll put it-
let's.
Let's get it like that. So now we're back on Jim's.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is the Alexa app on the phone.
Right.
So Alexa, add milk to the shopping list.
Please. There.
Alexa, add milk to the shopping list.
That's not
I've
there.
put milk on your shopping list.
There we go.
Okay. Alexa, who's winning the Dolphins game?
Right now, the Dolphins are trailing the Redskins 10-7 with 0 minutes left in the second quarter.
Okay, so they're at halftime.
Wow, I haven't seen that. The app is like real time updating to everything you ask and
Yes.
is answered.
So you have a record of all that's occurred on the Amazon, especially on your app.
Right. And you can tell that because it's all cloud-based.
Yeah.
Pretty
And that was pretty fast.
Yeah.
If you think about it. That communication went from this little device up to the cloud and then back and then echoed back to the app, all virtually instantaneous.
Echoed.
That's right. That's right.
Okay.
Okay.
And how hard, so you buy the device, you plug it in, and then I assume you have to go through some setup.
Yeah.
How hard is the setup?
Go
Well,
ahead.
Yeah, I'll dig in. It's really easy. They give you like 5 steps to do it. It'll say find the app in your app store. So that's Android and iPhone. You download the app and then you sign in with your Amazon account, and then it links up. It's kind of like when you buy the Kindle, it knows you bought it from them, and then the app will use your phone to hook up to your internet,
Right.
and then it does your phone to hook up to the Echo first. So it
Right.
talks to those first, and then from there the app hooks into the internet and makes it. So that's how it signs in with a secure account.
Right. And that's your Amazon account.
Yep.
Your Amazon.
And your private network on your house. So that bonds them all together.
Mm-hmm.
So what if somebody doesn't have a smartphone?
That would be a challenge. I think that would be a note we need to put down to see if there's an option, but there is a desktop version of this. It should work.
Yeah,
Right.
there is a website.
so,
you just
yeah.
log into your Amazon.
And it's echo.amazon.com. So that would be definitely a good double check.
Yeah, you want to try that going there?
Okay.
Good questions.
Find a browser.
Find
Any
a
browser.
Yeah, so echo.amazon.
It's right there.
And cards.
It's okay. I'll just show current cards. Well, it's loading.
Okay.
But you probably have to be logged into your account, right? And I'm not.
You're not logged into the account. But
That's
good.
going somewhere else. Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, I'm
it-
pretty.
Yeah, you can do it here, but it really is optimized for. It's a good question. It's optimized for a smartphone.
And this is a smartphone show.
Yeah, and the thing I want to mention is a gentleman I met yesterday that went and set it up for his mother, who's alone a lot, and how she's already taken to it for getting information, interacting, playing music,
Mhm.
and he's seeing it's adding something to her having a relationship. Now, obviously, a human relationship's better, but this was a good start. So I think there's some real potential in the future of adding something to people's lives with it, and
That is.
really
Well,
enjoy it.
the best way for people to know what it is to do some examples. So
Oh, good.
My favorite is music because it's such a good speaker. And I can just say, Alexa, play some Jimmy Buffett music.
Shuffling Jimmy Buffett from Prime Music.
Six.
Challenged.
Now, she's usually much faster than this when there isn't all this interference.
Yeah, we've got a lot on the wireless right in this room with, and it's a new network. Maybe she's not as accustomed to it. But also try some of the other ones. But you can control it by volume number or volume up and down.
Or maybe let's try it on yours and see if that works better.
Okay. There we go.
Sorry, your Echo lost its connection.
Interesting. Alexa, play some classic rock and roll.
I don't see any classic rock and roll
So
songs
there's
in
once
your
in a while
music
you'll get
library.
something and hasn't quite got it. But you
Uh-huh.
can build playlist as well. So Alexa, play some Jimmy Buffett.
Shuffling Jimmy Buffett from Prime Music.
Yeah. Alexa, volume 6.
See the lady smiles as if to tell.
Alexa, stop. So that's it. We'll do it. And
And
it's,
I love that.
I know.
When we just walk into our home and I sit down, maybe get a glass of wine, I'll probably ask her first to play some music that I like to listen to.
Sorry, I'm having trouble understanding right now.
Oh, that's funny.
Please try a little later.
And then if my phone rings, I can just ask her to pause. I don't have to walk over to whatever system is playing the music and change the volume. I can do it by voice from several yards away.
Yeah.
Have you figured out how far?
No, but I know one of the people in the how to use the Amazon Echo group has a new child, and he'll be holding his child, and then he'll say, "Play this music." So really, he's starting to enjoy that ability to have hands free. And then, of course, you're in the kitchen. You want measurements and calculations. But what are some other ones you have in the?
Well, how about your calendar? Do you ask it for your
okay.
calendar?
Alexa, what's on my calendar today?
Today there are 4 events remaining. There is 1 event in progress. Rosh Hashanah begins as an all-day event.
Now,
Then,
that was someone
at 3
else's.
p.m.
that was
there's
the
special
calendar that
graduate
got on,
hangout
so
due to
put that
holiday
as well.
last week. At 4 p.m. there's phone meeting with Colleen.
Yeah.
And at 4 p.m. there's phone meeting with Colleen.
So in that case, I happen to have 2 items on, and I added a calendar about just holidays and things. So I'm aware of other holidays going on. So grab it, and I haven't tested it. It will have more than 1 calendar. So my wife's calendar could be added as well.
Mhm.
Right. We have done that
Oh,
ourselves.
you have?
Yeah,
Okay,
so
great.
And
we'll
how
share
about
this calendar.
to-do list items?
Yes.
Do you use to-do
I
lists?
haven't used the to-do. We're mainly using the shopping list, but I'll just add one. Alexa, add to the to-do list. Use the to-do
What can I add for you?
use the to-do list more.
Sorry. What should I add to your to-do list?
use the to-do list more.
Sorry.
You're
wasn't
confusing.
You're confusing her.
Alexa, add to the to-do list,
What can I add for you?
Dry cleaning.
pick up dry cleaning.
I've added pickup dry cleaning to your to-do list.
Excellent example. Good.
And now, how do you see your to-do list?
And then say, Alexa, what's on my to-do list?
You have 3 to-dos. Pick up dry cleaning. Buy a make video of Joel and get it uploaded Sunday. Call Barbara.
Cool.
You have several things
Several
on your
items to
to-do
do.
list that you've
Yeah,
forgotten
right,
about,
right.
haven't
That's
you?
right. That's right.
Alexa, what's on my grocery list?
You have 15 items on your shopping list.
Alexa,
Here are the
stop.
5.
Keep going.
But
You got
those
it.
things would be on your app on your phone.
Yeah.
too.
So
that's
that's
your
a big
wife
deal.
can be at home
Yeah.
and add something to the list, and you'll be at the store on your way to the store, and you'll get that
Yeah.
item. And
Yeah, it can happen in real time.
it does.
You know, she could. I think I was
We
at
do
the
that.
store once, and she added something while I was in the store.
Sure.
And it'll
Yes.
update it live.
There are other apps out there, like what is it?
Okay,
That
so
one,
yeah,
yeah.
what is better? What do you like about this that you can't do with Siri or Google Now?
Hands-free activation. I don't have to say now, and it is it's geared around the home environment. While the phone is usually you have to either push a button or say Google Now, and you have to take your phone out, which is just somewhere inactivated, and you have to take your phone out to work with
Here are
it.
your Gmail messages.
That's it. Got it from there. Everything's going on. But that's the big thing is Amazon has broken through that we want something in our home, and it starts with music and clear voice.
Yeah.
So my wife just likes to hear the radio broadcast of NPR, and she'll get it, and it's much better than the broadcast signal we'll get locally of NPR.
Really?
So we actually get a better signal through
Because
this
it streams,
because
and
it streams through
and
the
it's
internet.
coming through that speaker, which is just
Which is
an
a
excellent
great
speaker.
speaker.
Yeah, I agree.
And speaking of the speaker, you can use that speaker with other devices. Like I have a lot of music on my computer,
Mhm.
but the speaker on this computer is. So what can I do?
You can connect your laptop using Bluetooth to the Amazon Echo, and just play it like you would any other Bluetooth speaker. And you can do that with your phone or your tablet. Anything that has Bluetooth capability can connect to the Amazon.
So that can be your speaker for music from any other Bluetooth enabled device.
Yeah, we've got music, voice. I think what Amazon did is what is going to be the first point of use in the home. And now, of course, with so many of the computer switch systems that are out there,
Right,
it's
have you
interfacing
used
with
any of
almost all of them. Yeah, we have a little night light in the bedroom that it sits well on a table just out of reach, you know? And so someone has to get up to turn it off. So I got one of those little switch boxes.
Right?
I think it's the Wii. And
Wemo.
Wemo, thank you. The Wemo, plugged it in, and I say, Alexa, turn off Barbara's lamp.
Okay.
No, it just turned off. It was
Yeah.
on. So that's really fun, and you
Yeah.
can do that with overhead lights or other
Home
things.
automation and accessories and appliances.
And they keep running more and more and more coming out. So
Yeah.
this is a leader in it.
An idea I heard of the other day, won't it be great when your refrigerator can lock and unlock, and Alexa can control it for you. So you tell her, keep the refrigerator locked between 10 p.m. and 7 a.m.
Yeah, that's right. For those of the carboholics in your house, I want to control it. Yeah. No, that's excellent. To me, this is a representation of what's to come. I wrote an article on the competition to be your best digital assistant.
Mhm.
And they're everywhere, and it's coming, it's here. There's a certain apprehensive of something new with it, and we obviously want to be safe with these things, but you've got your iPhone, you've got your Android phone, we've got this, we've got more and more device. Apple just came out with a device for the TV where you
Right.
can talk to it with
It
Siri.
uses Siri
So
for the new Apple TV.
It is. We are at an exciting time in history where the digital assistants are going to be around us, and it's a lot of fun to be able to have that hands-free experience and get that data from you.
And you can ask just some of those normal kind of questions like, Alexa, how far is it from here to Hilton Head Island?
Your current location is 278 miles, 447 kilometers from Hilton Head Island, South Carolina.
Alexa, what's 19 times 12?
19 multiplied by 12 is 228.
A lot of everyday things are there.
Alexa, set a timer for 10 minutes.
10 minutes, starting now.
That's been great. So I'm exhausted from a long day and want to take, half an hour nap. I can do that. Or it's now my alarm clock.
Right, it'll
I
set an
just set the
alarm.
alarm. And
Or if your hands are all gooey when you're cooking in the kitchen and you want to set a timer,
it'll do that as well.
hands free.
It will read things from Audible
Oh,
books.
that's really fun.
Yeah.
I really enjoy that going to bed. I'll have it play my latest Audible book over it.
Mm-hmm.
And what's the thing that you do all the time? The number one question you ask her.
I don't know.
Sports,
News and weather.
news
Yeah.
and weather.
Alexa, play my news briefing.
Here's your flash briefing. In NPR News from TuneIn.
From NPR News in Washington, I'm Barbara Klein. Migrants are pouring
Alexa,
into Hungary
stop.
before a new
So that's what I use it all the
Yeah,
time.
me
You know,
too.
one of the things I come into the house, I say, go ahead, play my flash briefing,
Yeah.
and then play some music.
Yeah.
Set an alarm. Do all of those things. And it just, you don't have to find your phone and start pushing buttons or find out what needs to be done. It's just listens. And that keyword is local. I just found that out. It doesn't go through the internet. So it's always listening locally for that keyword, for that start word, and then it goes to the internet. So it's not as creepy as some people think
Right,
it is.
exactly, right.
They think that, okay, it's always listening. The internet's always listening to what's going on in my house. Well, that's really not true.
Right. You're right. It has localized intelligence.
Right.
That's then connecting to your wireless, that's then connecting to the Amazon processor, cloud processing in your computer.
Okay, so there are three things
Yeah.
that kind of make up this
This
entity.
device. Yeah.
You have the physical device itself.
Okay.
You have your Amazon account.
Yep.
And you have a Wi-Fi internet available.
Yep.
A local network in your house. Yes.
Yeah.
And this takes a little bit of understanding because I didn't grow up with these features of it, but this is again driven by inventors that followed Star Trek like we did
Mm-hmm.
and wanted a computer that talked to them.
Yes,
And
I
that's the
wanted
driving
always-
factor of it.
I wanted to be able to say computer,
Right.
but that's just too common a word in
Yeah,
the
I
house
guess
anymore.
that's right.
Back then, it wasn't.
Well, I think they found out that a slight personality makes it more approachable
Mhm.
than not. And
Right.
it's interesting how Apple's done it. It works well. Google has chosen not right now. Amazon's done it. Of course, Windows 10 has it as well.
Right.
So
Google now, I understand its original keyword was Majel. Majel Barrett was the voice of the computer on Star Trek.
wow, interesting.
Fun fact.
So
Yeah.
so let's say somebody's convinced they want to go get one. How do they learn the different things to do with it?
Well, of course, they have things to try. Can you show that on there? That's
Yeah.
great because it's always showing you the latest stuff. And there it is. Things
So
to
this was
try.
right on in the app on the menu. There was things to try.
Yep.
And you'll see all the latest stuff. What's new will give you the latest thing. Or you can say, Alexa, what new features do you have?
You can now get scores and schedules for NCAA football teams.
So you can check in on that and it'll tell you what's going as well.
Mm-hmm. And there are just so many things that more and more all the time. And these new things called skills.
Yeah,
Skills is
that's
something
pretty
that-
interesting. You've played a little bit with that.
Only a little bit. And so far, I'm really not all that impressed. There are things that, where are the skills? There you go. So BART times. Now, if you live in San Francisco area, absolutely that would be handy. Bingo, I'm not so sure. Cat facts, well, we don't have cats. Craft helper, that's new. I
Yeah,
haven't
now
seen
his
that.
crystal ball, I believe I met the person that developed it. They're in the community, in fact.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, and
Guess the number.
Yeah.
Okay. If you're into
Well, these are
betting.
like games. I think this bingo is interesting. I mean, I couldn't care less about bingo, but the idea that you have some people who want to play a game, they want to play bingo, but nobody wants to be the bingo caller. Everybody wants to play.
mhm.
Alexa can be your bingo caller. And you don't even have to have all the little balls and the little machines and everything. She just makes it up.
The other thing about skills from a development is it's opening up the world for a lot of micro developers to contribute to
Right.
Amazon, and that's
And
to me,
it's
is
going to
great.
be.
Yeah.
It's just going to really proliferate.
Yeah, as it
Because of
moves
that.
forward.
Cool stuff. And then-
Okay, you go ahead.
Go ahead.
Well, I was going to go on to how do you learn more.
Okay.
Okay.
And this is the segue to the community.
Yeah.
So let me bring the community.
That'd be wonderful.
And what we're talking about is in Google Plus, one of the main features why people get into Google Plus is for the communities. So we can search for,
It would go home in communities. If you'll click that and then go to communities. And what we're going to demonstrate is a community that I started called How to Use the Amazon Echo. And once that comes down, just give it a second, and then communities. And this was a community for enthusiasts and people who want to learn to talk about the Amazon Echo. So if you'll search
Okay.
here, no, that's not the one. So
Oh, okay.
search here and type in how to use the Amazon Echo. There it is,
this-
the first
yeah,
one there.
That's what
Yeah,
I
yep.
thought. I thought
Go
we
back.
joined it.
Oh, yeah. Go back one.
There's always more, there'll be more than one community, so you can check them all out. There we go.
Yeah.
And no, we went too far.
Went too far.
So plus,
Okay, we will get there.
Yeah.
Go ahead and
so I'll
Keep
talk
telling
about
about
it.
it.
What I wanted is a community that had a lot of good divisions in it and had several moderators. And the goal is to be the leading community for enthusiasts, from developers to new users on the Amazon Echo.
And that's pretty much how we got in touch with
Yeah.
you.
Exactly. Through another community.
well, because you
Right.
started a Picasa community.
Picasa community for it too. Yeah.
So Martin has a community for everything.
Yeah. So if you'll go down to communities, and it'll be your, should be your, yeah. And the feature of this is we'll have this in, of course, it'll be in the show notes and resources, but this community is a place to join, ask questions, help people out, contribute. I have a very nice resource list as well in the community. There it is right there. Look on the right-hand side of the community and you will find the resource list. So it's coming up slowly. Yeah, gerbils are running fast here.
I think I hear them in there.
Yeah, that's right. I do. So here's the community, and that's a post I made. If you'll scroll down just a little bit on the right-hand side, what you'll find is resources. We've got podcasters in here that do shows on a regular basis. We've got people who contribute to skills. There are all types of resources I keep adding here. So Google, what we have in there is, so just look at all that stuff on the right. I have a Pinterest page I add things to, and there's even a Facebook group if you want from here you can get to. And then categories from how to use to how to have fun and other things. So as it keeps evolving, we got about 395. How exciting. We're almost 400. So please join it on the show and we'll get to 400. But it's just really the fun of talking about this and enjoying learning how it works. And this is to me a great metaphor for this coming of age of really AI, artificial intelligence, that's starting to work and be useful for us.
It's so true.
You know, promised probably 10 plus years ago, but now they've made the development progress in machine learning and new ways to organize data, like and Google, the semantic search system, that really makes this all possible for us to not have to understand that all and just have fun with it.
Right. So, I mean, on one hand, I feel like we're getting way advanced here, but on the other hand, this is a computer tool that people who don't want to have any kind of computer in their
Yeah.
lives can use.
Yeah, and you don't have
take
to
advantage
understand
of.
anything of what we said. Just get someone to set up for you and start asking questions.
Start asking questions.
And that's
Isn't that
what's
amazing?
wonderful. Just turn on the light switch. You don't have to know the electricity. We're just geeks that like to know the electricity also. So that's it.
And we brainstormed a little bit about the uses that it could come to have.
I love those. Mention
in
some
health,
of those.
in health and safety.
Right.
I mean, imagine an elderly person living alone
Yep.
who falls and can't get up. Well, those things that hang around your neck are great, but what if it's not around your neck?
Mhm.
She can
Oh,
listen,
that's the alarm, he said.
has the alarm for 10 minutes.
Alexa, stop.
It's time to wrap up.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. Excellent.
Alexa, stop.
Okay, well, all sorts of health and safety features.
1 second, one of us. Alexa, stop. We had too many speaking at once.
That's
Go ahead.
one of the thing about these.
She could be programmed to dispense pills.
Right. Or notify you
Or
of
at
times
least
when you need
notify
it.
you. And maybe even have a little pill dispenser that is Bluetooth connected.
Sure
and
could.
so it would be locked and it would be opened and she
Yeah.
would tell you
Yeah.
at certain times. I mean, all the possibilities are endless.
And we'll see more of it.
And
as
yes,
we
there
go along.
very likely can be some negative possibilities
Yeah.
too, but I don't want to go there.
Well, the big thing is we all want safety. Just pay attention. Amazon has a real commitment to safe tools. So if you
Mhm.
listen to their advice, it's generally going to be quite safe and for home use, and
Mhm.
we love it. I'm really happy to have it. Well, all over to you to wrap it up.
Okay. Well, we do invite you to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Some questions. Because of our comments, we had to change the show. I don't have too many comments or questions there, but I will get to those over the week, during the week. Like us on Facebook. Our app of the week, real quick.
I do have an app of the week, Spot here, and I'm not even going to show it. I just want to tell you about it. Spot Hero is for finding parking in big cities, and Spot Cycle is for renting bicycles in big cities. We loved picking up one of these bikes,
They're great.
and all we had to do was download this app called Spot Cycle, and it told us where the different bike racks were around the city that we could drop them off. And I have never, it's only available in certain cities,
Yeah.
though. So you have to know that. But how cool. And then the Spot Hero is for parking garages. You can find a parking spot and reserve it in certain garages in certain cities.
Wow.
But a totally different use for your smartphone. Spot Cycle and Spot Hero.
Well, did you learn something? I know I did. So what are the 3 things you must have for Alexa to work?
Okay, first of all, you need the device, the
Mhm.
Echo device that you buy from Amazon. Secondly, you need an Amazon account. That's where it stores your information. And lastly, it needs an internet connection. So it needs to be in a Wi-Fi hotspot.
Okay, true or false? Alexa can only respond to its owner.
I'm afraid we've proven that it will respond to anyone.
Yeah.
And I think that's a good thing. So you don't have to have other people can talk to it.
Right.
Mhm.
And if you tell Alexa to add things to your shopping list, how do you see the list?
On your app. That's how this husband does it. My wife adds it in the kitchen. I see it on the road. I can go in and do the grocery shopping and operate right out of the list.
Way cool. When you ask Alexa to play my flash briefing, how does she know what to do?
I'm going to turn her off.
Here's your flash briefing.
Alexa, off.
There we go.
There we go.
And the 3 things you can ask.
Well, wait, we didn't answer that
Oh.
question. When you ask Alexa to play my flash briefing, how does she know what to do? That you also set up in your app.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And you pick it. They keep adding news briefs and news resources almost every month.
Another thing that's on there is traffic. So
That is really interesting.
That's
So
pretty
if you're
cool.
in a high traffic, I usually commute to my home office, so
Mhm.
it's safe drive.
Short drive. Right.
But that is a great one for finding out what the traffic is.
Uh-huh.
So 3 things that Alexa can do. How about we take 1, 2, and 3?
It can play all your favorite musics and books on recording, and you can build your own playlist. So I'm getting all my classic rock and roll organized, and you can upload some of your CDs and MP3s onto Amazon storage and play it over there as well.
So music and alarms. You can ask her to wake you up or set a timer.
And the shopping list and the to-do lists are 2 things that
There's so many more than 3.
so
but-
many more than 3. So, and how is Alexa really different from Siri or Google Now or Cortana Now?
I'm going to say the interface that works in the home and the Bluetooth speaker system is really, to me, the breakthrough. They made something aesthetically pleasing that fits into your home well. And I think that's something that the others have not caught on to yet. In a very affordable rate, because you and I said, even at the regular rate, it still competes with just a standalone high-end Bluetooth speaker.
Right.
What is it? It's $179,
Yep.
right?
Mhm.
And if you use the link that's on our weekly show page, that's,
please do.
that's an affiliate
Yeah,
link. We'll
use
get
it.
a couple dollars.
Yeah, support these people.
So what's the webpage that lists all of our weekly shows, Chris?
Speaking of which,
Yeah.
it's geeksontour.com, and the menu item is weekly show.
And the webpage that lists all of our recent newsletters.
Geeksontour.com, and the menu item is blogs and articles. Newsletters is under there.
Okay, great. What are the benefits you get by joining Geeks on Tour?
Number 1 is access to all our tutorial videos, our prepared tutorial videos. Number 2 is asking us any question you have on our members Q&A forum. And lastly is the show notes for these live weekly What Does This Button Do show.
Okay, we do invite you to become a member at geeksontour.com. Just go to our website. Next time, episode 53.
We've been at this for over a year now. So I'm
Wow.
kind of going to go back and revisit some of the early topics that we covered, because things keep changing and not everybody goes back and watches those early ones. So home screens.
Okay.
Home screens on Apple, iPhone, iPad, and on Android devices.
And we'll try and take your questions. Leave questions in the comments when we start the show or anywhere and on our websites. Watch for the notification for next week's show. Make sure to click that you're coming and leave any questions there in the comments. I don't know. Can we see this? I think we can if I push the right button.
Excellent, excellent.
Okay, kids, what's the first thing to do when we get to the campsite? Fishing, hiking, firewood?
Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Wi-Fi.
Yay.
What's more important than Wi-Fi when you're traveling?
That's great.
Okay, so we're Geeks on Tour. And what does this button do?
We'll see you next week. And thanks so much, Martin Brosman, for
Oh,
the use of your
absolutely.
studio and the camaraderie here.
Yeah, it's so fun. I highly recommend what they have to offer. That's a very affordable membership there for
Okay.
those resources.
Well, thanks so much, and we are out of here till next week. Thanks for watching.